Good afternoon, everybody. So Heather and I are here on Facebook, getting back into our, sort of roll with our Facebook Lives. And I apologize that we haven't been as consistent lately. We've had a lot of stuff going on, and Heather's been traveling back and forth, and we are getting ready to go on a cruise with some other lovely ladies for some business development and to do all sorts of so much fun stuff. But it does mean that our schedules have just been a little bit crazy lately. So we do apologize for that, but we are going to try and get on here just about every day if possible from now until we leave on the cruise, which is in a couple of weeks. So as some of you may know, Heather just got done doing Bookkeeping Like a Boss on Saturday. It was amazing and incredible and so much fun. And we had tons of engagement, and we're going to have testimonials soon. And it was so much fun. And I realized that for most of you, the idea of bookkeeping and fun in the same sentence is like an oxymoron, but I promise you we had a good time. So, and then coming up this weekend on Saturday, we are going to be doing Negotiate Like a Lady again. And we are going to be doing that at the Thriving Women in Business Center in San Francisco. We're super excited to be there. I've been in the space. Actually, we've got a video that we did the other day from the space, giving you guys a quick little tour on that. And that is going to be so much fun. We've got goodies galore planned. We've got lunch. We've got just so much stuff. And we've been working on the content, and we've been working on the group programs. We've been working in our group programs. And so I'm super excited about Saturday and about getting to meet some new lovely ladies and getting to talk to you guys about negotiation skills. I've been totally geeking out on new information to give you, and it's tons of fun. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that that's coming up. It is a whole day event. It is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We feed you lunch. We feed you coffee. There's an espresso machine at the Thriving Women in Business Center, so you can get fancy coffee. And we have chocolate and goodies. And I just bought, oh my goodness, you guys, I just bought like new giveaway goodies, and I'm so excited for them. They're super cute, like super cute. Heather hasn't even seen all of the new stuff that I bought because I got so excited after Bookkeeping Like a Boss that I went out and spent a bunch of money. Because expenses, yay, right, Heather?
You went out and spent a bunch of money, and you didn't even send me cute pictures of cute stuff?
Well, I will.
Where's my receipt?
Because you're going to be here. So
Okay.
she's going to be here on Friday. And so there's no reason for me to send her stuff. So, and I'm super excited because I'm going to go get my hair done on Friday. So on Saturday, you guys are going to see me with like fresh hair and like the whole 9 yards, and it's going to be so much fun. So that's what's coming up, but that's probably not why you joined us today. You probably joined us today because we put this like super enigmatic thing up about how we're going to talk about perception versus reality.
And I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, so I have to tell you guys.
My perception is that I don't like talking about my perception versus my reality. Just FYI.
So just so you guys know, like sometime during the day, Heather sends me a message whenever we're doing these things, and she's like, "So, what are we talking about today?" And whenever
we're so well prepared,
right? And whenever I reply back, like immediately with a, "Hey, we're going to talk about this," she's like, "I'm sorry, that was really quick. I don't know if I like that so much." Like, so
it makes me nervous when she's that certain. Just saying.
So, which is actually kind of funny because that's one of like our perceptions versus realities in our little group or in our little relationship here is, so Heather, when she our relationship. So Heather, when she was like a baby, my mom always tells this story that Heather would be the person who would sit there and she just would be silent and she wouldn't say anything. She wasn't talking. She wasn't doing anything. Like she didn't try words out, nothing. Like she would just be quiet until she had it all figured out. And then full blown sentences would come out of her mouth. And there was no lead up. There was no nothing. Right.
I practiced in my head until I got it.
Right.
Right. And then I said it.
But nowadays, Heather is the person in our group who is like perfect is the enemy of good. Just put it out there. It's fine. We can do anything. Just do it. Just put it out there and it'll be fine. And we'll fix it later. And it's not a big deal.
Keep moving forward.
And so I have this perception of Heather from all of these stories from my mom and everything about how she has to get everything just perfect before she puts it out there. And in some ways she still does, and she won't admit this, but she still does. Like things, we've got our website that we're working on, but we're waiting on like one little piece, and she won't work on putting stuff out until she has all of the stuff so that she can put it all together just right the first time.
It's that one puzzle piece, the one that until you find it and you put it in, you cannot move forward. It's the only time I'm like, no, we got to wait.
And then there's me in this particular instance where I'm like, but wait a second, can't we do everything except that? Like, can't we just see? Heather's like, no, we can't. But it seems to me that we should be able to. So so I have this perception of Heather as having to wait and be certain and do all of these things before she can move forward. And Heather has this perception of me that I think is sort of the same way. Like, I don't like to put anything out without it being perfect, and that, and so when I send her things and I'm like, no, this is what we're doing, she's like, wait a second, where did that come from? Why are we there? And so it makes her a little nervous. But this all came up because of something that happened in our group coaching call this morning. So we had a group coaching call this morning with some of our Negotiate Like a Lady ladies. And we were talking about an incident.
A lot of ladies.
Yes, that's a lot of ladies. So we were talking about one of the ladies while we were on our call got a text message, and she read it to us, and we went over it and all of these things. And then I said, okay, well, this is how we're going to deal with this. And we moved forward with it. And then we said, hey, once this is all said and done, I want you to update the Facebook group on what's going on. And so we get this update later that is like, oh, never mind. Sorry, it was a miscommunication because somebody didn't include all the information. And so it's like you jump to these conclusions sometimes based off of your perception of what's going on. You don't have all of the information, and you make these judgments and you make these decisions. And we do it in negotiations, and we do it in our lives. In negotiations, it shows up in things like thinking that somebody isn't going to have the money to pay for your services, or thinking that somebody is competitive in the way that they negotiate, or thinking that you're not going to, that you have no other options outside of the negotiation. And so, you're just going to have to take what you can get. So all of these are sort of preconceived notions. There are perceptions, but they're not the reality of the situation. And so part of what we teach at Negotiate Like a Lady and through our group programs and whatever are combating these perceptions and different techniques and tricks that you can use to create a new reality and to figure out what the reality of the situation is versus your perception of the situation. So we talk about, different types of questioning techniques that you can do and different types of information gathering techniques that you can use, and all of these different tips and tricks that you can gather into your arsenal in order to be able to know the reality instead of acting based off of your perceptions. Because I got to tell you, a lot of times our perceptions lead us down the wrong road. They lead us to somewhere other than where we really want to be, other than where we really ought to be. Again, we had one of the women in our group coaching program who thought for sure that this new client wasn't going to be able to afford her services. Well, she gave the client the price and shut her mouth so that she could listen to what was going on the other side. And guess what? The person on the other side didn't have a problem with her pricing. But she had this preconceived notion based off of her perception of the situation that the person was going to have an issue with the price. We had another girl in our group coaching program who was in a negotiation, and she assumed that the person on the other side of the negotiation was going to be a competitive negotiator. And with a little bit more information and a little more investigation, came to find out that it wasn't necessarily a competitive person that she was going up against in terms of negotiation style. So what I wanted to talk about and what I just want to sort of, and I realize I'm running up on my 15 minutes here, so I'm not going to get on the soapbox for too much longer. But I just want you guys to think about the fact that, you know, I mean, there's so much talk these days about body shaming and about, you know, social media and how your perception of people's lives on social media isn't what it is in reality. And your perception of people and how healthy or fit they are isn't necessarily the reality. Or your perception of somebody's education isn't necessarily the reality, right? So there's all of these conversations going on out in the world about perception versus reality. And I just want you guys to keep in mind that perception versus reality is a thing, and that it's a thing not just out in the social world, but it is in the business world too. That, you know, preconceived notions and judgments and perceptions and misinformation all lead to breakdowns in your business. They can lead to issues in your business, and they can lead to you leaving things on the table that you might otherwise be able to pick up if you're just attuned to the fact that perception and reality are not necessarily the same thing.
Well,
that's my soapbox.
It's sort of similar to, they say that there's 3 sides to every story, right? There's my version, your version, and the truth. And usually those are 3 very different versions of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Your perception of what happened and the other person's perception of what happened vary a little bit. Maybe they're close, but they vary a little bit from the truth of what happened. So just realize that we all go through life with our own preconceived notions. We all go through life with different experiences, and my perception of what's going on in a particular situation is going to be much different than Jen's perception of what's going on in any given situation. So just be aware that we all come into these things with bias, with our own bias. And bias is not necessarily a bad word. It just means that your version of events is colored by your experiences in the world, period. And to know that that's the same for everybody around you.
Yep. So I didn't discuss this with Heather ahead of time, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it.
She always springs things on me.
I do. I'm such a terrible sister, but it is what it is. So as many of you guys know, we want to get the word out. We want to encourage you guys to come and experience Negotiate Like a Lady and experience Bookkeeping Like a Boss. We want you to come and have a great experience. We want you to tell your friends about it, to refer people over. We want to, you know, really build this brand and build this, you know, these skill sets for women in the area.
We really want to empower women to know, to have these skill sets for themselves and to not feel like these particular skills are somewhere beyond their grasp. You know, we are all strong, powerful women, and our main goal is to empower you to stand in your own power for negotiations and stand in your own power in your finances and stand up for yourself and for your business.
Yep. And so in order to make this something that is a super easy yes for all of you, that it is something that you just feel like there's nothing that's going to keep you from coming and getting these skills for your business, I am going to offer up that you can use the discount code of Savvy VIP, SAVVY VIP. And with that code, it is going to bring Negotiate Like a Lady on this Saturday. It's going to bring the price point all the way down to $27. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's not going to cover my costs for the day. It's not going to cover the cost of the space. It's not going to cover the cost of the day for me to be there. It's going to cover your food and your workbook, and that's about it. So if you can afford $27 to come and visit us for the day, get some essential skills for your business. Find out some essential things that you need to know in order to you'll make back that $27 in your first negotiation that you have after coming to Negotiate Like a Lady. I've heard it from people before that they have earned back their cost of admission plus some the very first time that they go out and they have a negotiation after coming to this workshop. So I want you guys to come. I want you to come and enjoy the space. I want you to get to know this space in San Francisco. We're going to have several other events there this year. I want to pack that space with as many women as we can possibly fit in there and have a great send off for Heather and myself before we take off on a cruise for 10 days. So I want to get the word out to as many women as humanly possible and to empower you to work in your business and work on your business and stand up for your business by coming to Negotiate Like a Lady. So Savvy VIP is going to bring that price point all the way down to $27. That will be good through Friday. If you purchase your ticket anytime between now and Friday, that will be good for you. And yeah, please come spend the day with us. Enjoy yourself and get some essential skills for your business.
So I will post the link below for the Eventbrite for registering for this Saturday, March the 3rd at the Thriving Women in Business Center in San Francisco. I'll also post the code below so that you have everything all in one place so that you can make sure that you use the code to get your ticket for $27. If you have a friend that you know would benefit from this, please invite her to come along. We'd love to meet some new ladies. If you have not come already, please come and spend the day with us in San Francisco. It's a beautiful space and we'd love to see you. If you have come before, you're welcome to come back and get a refresh. So Savvy VIP, SAVVY VIP will bring your cost to $27 for the day. We will be back again tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
We're going to get in trouble one of these days for using that phrase.
I might know a lawyer who could check and see if it's trademarked, but anyway.
Might. So
thanks everybody for joining us. We appreciate your time.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.